Transformers Fall of Cybertron was a game I almost dismissed, just because the last few Transformers games weren't that good. However, after playing the demo, I was thrown into a world that seemed to be incredible. So how did the Fall game fare? Is it a fresh, strong approach to the series? Or is it as awful as Dark of the Moon? Well, I can happily say that this game is not only great fun, but possibly the best Transformers game made to date. The destruction, the carnage and that level with Metroplex simply stood out as the defining moments in the game. You'll even learn how the Dinobots were created along with the Insectoids. There's a few stealthy missions which change the pace of the game, along with some others where you simply wreak havoc as Grimlock or Megatron. Such missions mix up the gameplay nicely. However, it is in the final mission of the game where things reach their peak and make you wish there was more levels like that. Hot swapping between characters in a huge battle on the Ark was exhilarating, fun and looked incredible, but sadly after that, it was all over. Graphically, the game looks brilliant. There are some really nice light effects and some of the set pieces look immensely incredible and there's no drop in frame rate. While missiles and metal fly left, right and centre, the Transformers themselves look amazing. The metallic shines as bright as a star and you really feel powerful as you enter the heat of battle. The soundtrack of the game is also epic, offline and online. It really adds to the atmosphere of the game, reprising one of the well-known themes in the Transformers series. Voice acting is also fairly good too. Optimus Prime sounds the same as he always has done, along with the other key characters.
I ask you. No, I order you. Help us in this dire time of need.
However, the lesser characters such as the Autobots and Decepticon Marines seem to have a pretty generic marine voice, which is subjective to whether you like that or not. The level design is also very well done and some of the areas are just huge. There's also destructible environments and they do a great job of making you feel like you're in the middle of a war. It really does give you a great impression of what the last moments in Cybertron were really like. Gameplay wise, to sum it up, it is very fun. There's a huge arsenal of weapons to unleash upon Autobots and Decepticons alike. They are great fun to use. Some of them you'll find using more for raw firepower, but they do have different effects such as causing rust, area effects, homing rockets and so on. You'll be also able to upgrade them and also purchase permanent abilities to give you an edge in battle. I'd say the only gripe I've got is that any difficulty above easy, you can't take much punishment, and this has annoyed some people, since Transformers are hardened battle warriors, and it's hard to think that Optimus Prime would go down after a few hits. However, to me, that just goes to show how lethal their firepower truly is, and plus, it would make the game far too easy if it was any different. The online multiplayer is also very good. You're able to customise 4 different classes, such as Scientist, who is able to transform into a jet and heal fellow players, Titan, who transforms into a heavy tank and just kills things, Infiltrator, who can transform into a fast nimble car and turn invisible, and there's Destroyer, who can deploy a shield wall and transforms into an armoured vehicle that fires rockets. You are able to customise the look of each Transformer to your liking. You can even make it look like one of your favourites, or just create your own. You can also give them a new nick of paint, or arm them with a variety of weapons as you progress through the ranks. You can even choose what type of class vehicle they transform into. Those that have the Optimus Prime lorry as pre-order DLC, I envy you. A lot. As for playing online, the maps are fairly good, and they're easy to get to grips with. The actual gameplay is... how can I put it? Fun as hell! Especially when you start your first game. The first time I see a Dinobot run past, I freaked out because it was so awesome. There's also different game modes too. Some are objective based and there's also the good old fashioned team deathmatch. Most matchups are 6 versus 6, but they seem busy as hell as rockets and metal fly again, left, right and centre. Also, it's a nice change of pace from shooters like Call of Duty. Most of your deaths will be head on rather than being shot in the back. And there'll be times where you'll be duking out Titan versus Titan. which really looks and makes you feel incredible. Things like camping and kill streaks, they don't have a place in this game. While playing online, I didn't experience anything such as lag. However, host migration is a pain. It more or less freezes the game and brings up a loading menu then restarts. Sometimes it can take a very long time. In terms of gameplay, I didn't really notice anything overpowered. However, you may struggle against higher level players who have the better weapons, etc.
There's also a survival mode called Escalation, where you and 3 of your friends can more or less play Horde and hold out against Decepticons or Autobots while unlocking new doors and equipping new weapons and then surviving for as long as possible.
In conclusion, Transformers Fall of Cybertron is a must-buy for anyone who's a fan of the franchise, and a great game to pick up if you're not. If you've been waiting for the franchise to be redeemed, this is it. Most people hate to hear when a game is rated out of 10, so I'm not going to do that, but I give this game Shaun of the Dead's personal recommendation. It's fun as hell, and it's way better than all 3 Michael Bay movies combined. As always, I'm Shaun of the Dead. This game is awesome, and thanks for watching.